Run slow to run fast. Sounds bloody ridiculous, right? And I do hate the saying, but there is some truth to it. Having said that, if slow made you fast, then we'd all be world class. But here is the truth. Easy is where the foundation of endurance is built. And in today's video, I am going to give you some simple rules to absolutely nail it, plus a little strides finisher that you can use every week. First of all, I am Nick Hancock from Maximum Mileage Coaching, founder of the coaching business, and I am also a ultra running coach. I am a UK athletics licensed practitioner and a sub 250 marathoner and competitive ultra runner. I've been helping busy athletes slow the fuck down and hit personal bests without destroying themselves for the last 5 years. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what easy actually is, how to execute it on both the roads and the trails, and the exact strides that I want at the end, and a dead simple decision rule that you can use on your very next run. So stick around. So first of all, let's call a spade a spade. This is an easy run, so keep it easy. Remember, no one cares about your pace on Strava. I actually have a hashtag on my Instagram, hashtag no one gives a fuck about your pace on Strava. Boring can be and is, in this case, beautiful, because boring is recoverable. So why easy works? High volume, low intensity running drives the aerobic upgrades that matter for things like marathons and ultras. More mitochondria, those little organelles inside our cells that turn food into energy. Better capillaries, improved fat use, lower stress. The translation to that is you can hold things like marathon pace for longer with less of the drama. So what is easy in practice? 3 options. Pick the one you can actually stick to. Option A, heart rate cap. And you do this using a heart rate monitor, a chest heart rate monitor, or an armband only. Unfortunately, the ones on our watch are just not reliable. I have a top of the range Garmin Fenix and it's still crap. There's a few ways of doing this. This is how I like to do it. It's not everybody's favorite, but I think it works quite nicely. It gives us a rough kind of cap of where your easy should be. And this is the Phil Maffetone method of 180 minus age as a rough cap only. No, it's not precise in terms of zone 1, zone 2 in a 5-zone model, but I do find that 99.9% of the time, that is a pretty accurate ballpark for where your easy run pace should be. But again, only do it if you're wearing a chest strap or armband, because wrist-based heart rate is too flaky. What you can do there is if the strap says that you are creeping over, then just back off a little bit. But don't become too much of a slave to the heart rate, particularly on trails. This is not the best method. We'll come on to that in a second. Option B, pace anchor. Now, this only really works on the flats. And I tend to see, and you will see that the various pace calculators out there will say about marathon pace plus 90 to 150 seconds per mile, or 55 to 90 seconds per kilometer in normal conditions. When you the reason that pace I don't think is the best thing to go by, because one day what you think is your easy pace could feel easy, but then another day you might have slept shit. It might be hot. You might be dealing with wind out there, not down there. You might be dealing with a high level of stress, or you haven't eaten very well inadvertently, whatever. But that easy pace that felt easy the other day might feel like an absolute struggle right now. So in my opinion, not the best way to do it, but it at least can give you some indication of roughly where your easy pace should be in relation to something like your marathon. Option C, and actually my favorite, is feel. RPE, rating of perceived exertion. How does it feel? And it should feel easy. Like you should be able to talk in full sentences as if you were having a conversation the entire run with a friend, or you could sing to yourself. Some people swear by breathing through the nose while you close your mouth. I don't particularly like it. Particularly zone 2 running tends to be a bit more still easy. You can still talk in full sentences, but maybe with the odd mouth breathe. That's zone 2. Zone 1 is that's true, easy, or embarrassingly slow, as I call it, where we are really trying to recover. So yeah, if you can't chat in 10 to 12 word chunks, then you are definitely going to slow it down. Form, really important on easy runs. And in fact, it's actually easy runs are where I get the people that I coach, and I do it myself. That is where I get people to concentrate on their form more than ever. When we are running hard, our body automatically tries to find the most efficient ways to move. When we're going easy, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, I tend to find people just go, oh, well, it's just an easy run. I'm just going to go off and do some plodding. And we don't want to be doing that. So yeah, make sure your form is in a good place where you're not running like a sack of spanners. Run tall, light, quick steps under your hips. Relax your jaw, your shoulders. Keep your eyes up. If your face is calm, your stride will follow. And one of those easy fixes, more than all of that, is keeping your head tall. Imagine you've got a balloon pulling you towards the sky. That running nice and tall while still being relaxed will translate right down through the running gait, and it will keep you running in a really nice flowing manner. Where to do your easy runs? Now, if you're marathon training, flat road is going to be ideal for that consistency. Trails are also totally fine, particularly if you're training for an ultra. You need to be out on those trails, but keep it nice and chilled. Walk the inclines if you have to. That isn't failure, it's smart intensity control. And just remember that our heart, it doesn't know incline, it doesn't know pace, it doesn't know textures on the ground, it doesn't know what the weather's like, it doesn't know what wind is coming at you. All it knows is intensity. That's all it knows, effort. So keep it down if you need to. On the descents, you can keep your cadence snappy, keep your posture tall. Don't chase the free speed that then destroys your quads. Keep it nice and relaxed. Some common traps that turn easy into the secret tempo run. Those of you that are concerned about what your pace will look like on Strava, I will say it again. Hashtag no one gives a fuck about your pace on Strava. So stop staring at your watch. Just go by feel. It doesn't matter. There are days where I will go out and do, I might be running 7.5-minute mile pace, or, sub 5-minute kilometer pace. And then other days I need to be doing 10-minute mile pace or 7-minute kilometer pace to keep things easy. But I don't look at my watch. I'll have a look at what it says afterwards, but I don't care if somebody looks at my Strava, because most people don't. It's only us that does it. Another way is if you're going out in the group, going out with other people, don't let those group runs drift. And then finally, chasing yesterday's pace in today's heat. I said it earlier, it's going to vary depending on the conditions. If it's hot, the blood that's going around your body to transport oxygen to your working muscles, on a hot day, it's having to come out of the working muscles to go to things like the skin to help with cooling. So just slow it down. Fix that. The fix here is lock the screen on your watch. Turn your watch around. Put a sleeve over it. Sit on your ego and just remember why you're out there. And the why is you're out there for an easy run, for a reason. Now, the little sprinkling of salt and pepper, as I call it, the salt and pepper of running training that keeps you feeling fast without ruining your easy run. And those are strides. I've done a whole video on strides, and I'll put the link to that at the end of the video. At the end of your easy run, do 5 to 20 seconds as fast as you can without losing your form. Walk in between, even standing still, 30 to 60 seconds to recover, and go again. Think tall posture, quick foot turnover, smooth landings. They're not sprints, they're just little reminders for your brain to tell your legs that they can move fast, and it acts as a nice reward for keeping the rest of the run nice and easy. It's that little reward of a little bit of a burst at the end, just to say, well done. You kept it easy. Here's your little reward to do some speed. And the reason I call it the salt and pepper of running is you don't need many strides a week. A little bit like you don't need much salt and pepper in your food to make it taste nice. You don't need that many strides either. So how often should easy show up? We've all heard of the 80-20 rule, right? Well, if you're doing enough mileage, yes, that is a really good indication to be saying about 80% of your minutes of how many minutes per week that you are running for should be in that truly easy bucket. It depends on the person. If you are a low volume runner, it might be more like 60%. If you're a very high volume runner, then it might be more like 90%, with 1 or 2 quality sessions making up the rest. Don't stack 2 hard days back to back. Easy, hard, easy is the rule. What about those long, easy runs? Keep them truly easy too. If you have a long, easy run in your plan, there's a reason for that. They are amazing at helping us with our metabolic efficiency. There is a reason that we want those long runs to be easy. So keep them truly easy too. When you start getting into the final stages of your marathon training block, for example, you can close out the final 10 minutes of the run at marathon pace, or you could do marathon pace chunks. Again, there's another video I've done on marathon pace running, so check that one out too. But don't do it every week. So little quiz for you. 2 runners, both log 60 minutes. One jogs truly easy and they finish fresher than when they started. The other one feels good and pushes into steady, but then later needs a nap. Who is going to nail tomorrow's threshold session? Exactly. Freshness is a performance multiplier. It's not only the reason that we do easy runs to build that foundation of endurance, but actually when we need to be able to run fast, we need to be fresh to be able to do that, to get the quality out of the quality session. Therefore, keep your easy runs easy. Now, if you want your easy runs, if you want all of this built around your life with with weekly check-ins, no guesswork, a coach on hand, all the communication that you need, then drop us an inquiry, either myself or one of my team. We can help you. Grab a spot by going to the link below and we will get in touch with you. So here's a silly little acronym that you can use as a bit of a rule for easy days, and that is SPADE. Remember, let's call a spade a spade. It's a silly acronym, but it does give you solid results. So first of all, say it out loud. This is easy. P, park the ego. Strava doesn't care. No one gives a shit. A, anchor your effort. Think either if you're doing it by heart rate, then make sure you're in your zone 2, or use the 180 minus age with a strap, or ideally go by conversational pace. D, do some strides at the end. Give yourself that little reward for keeping things easy. Just even 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 seconds, nice and smooth and fast, keeps you in touch with that fast running. E, environment, that decides your pace. Flat road, if you want consistency. On trails, walk the inclines and keep running tall. If you are guilty, running your easy runs a little bit too sprightly, then try this. Follow it for 6 to 8 weeks and you will notice the little wins. You will notice that you will start running just that little bit faster, even though you're not trying harder. It is not magic, it is physiology at its very best. I see it all the time with people I coach. They come to me, they've been running too fast too often. I get them to slow right down and they go, oh, I'm running really slow. And then within 4 weeks, their pace starts coming up and they're like, oh my God, I'm running faster even though I'm not trying harder, but I'm even fresher for my hard sessions. So final recap, easy means easy. Use conversational effort or a chest or armband monitor to monitor your your effort, finish with those strides, and stop performing for Strava. If somebody says something on Strava, oh, that was slow, bin 'em. That is how slow makes you fast. And as I said before, if you want help weaving this into your bigger plan, grab a slot with us in the link below. And then if you want to see some of those sessions, some of those strides, here are a couple of videos for you. There's my video on strides. Click on that one, or you can go to my marathon pace one, which will talk to you all about those long runs and how you can integrate marathon pace running into your long runs, and you'll know exactly what you'll need to do there. Thank you very much, and subscribe to the channel.